Hi friends, I am going to do a demonstration on these little pocketbooks made out of scraps. I shared this a few days ago, a week ago, something. And so I'm going to show you how I made this fun little pocketbook to use for journals, scrapbooking, lettering, notes, whatever you choose. So I picked out this set of scrap paper. It's a kit I have. It's called The Great Outdoors by Cartabella Paper Company. And summer, it's outdoorsy, it's camping time, and these are outdoorsy, fishy camping paper. So I'm going to use these to make a mini album. And I have a sticker sheet that came with it, which has a lot of fun little embellishments that we could potentially use in here. So the first thing I did is I cut down sheets 6 by 6. I used my Fiskars paper trimmer here, put the paper in, measured over 6 inches. These are already cut down. I did it in advance because you don't need to watch me cut all this paper. But I cut it 6 by 6, and then I have a score blade on here, and I'm going to score them at 3 inches so that these albums, when they're done, they're going to be 3 inches wide by 6 inches tall. Then, here's another one here. So I ended up doing a whole bunch of them. So I want 8 pockets. And when you fold these in half, fold them. When it opens up, you're going to see, oh, this is what it looks like opened up. And I chose, this is going to be my cover page. And I have a bunch stacked here. So I've got 8 of them already scored and folded into pockets. And I determined I want this to be the cover so I can decorate it with something. And the back pocket will kind of coordinate the greens. So that's what it'll look like. So when you score and fold these, you want to look at it and say, when this opens, that's what it's going to look like. My next one's going to look like the fish, etc. So I'll kind of show you how that works. So I'm going to take the first 2. And I'm using a liquid glue. I really like this multi-purpose liquid glue, Tombow glue. I bought them in bulk. I think there was like 24 of them, maybe a dozen, I don't know, in a kit, a group, multi-pack from Amazon. It was the cheapest way to buy them because they're in the craft store probably $5 or $6 each. I'll try to find those on Amazon and post a link to my video. So this is going to be the cover. It's going to open up to this, and then I'm going to glue these 2 together like this. And this will form the pocket here. So I'm just going to put some glue along the edge here, just a bead of glue on both sides and the spine. This bottom will end up being the spine of the album. So just put a bead of that so that this will stick together. Line that up and just press it down good. I hear my husband coming. I think he's going to come interrupt me. I hope he doesn't. Here he comes. So that when this dries, you have this page, and then you have a little pocket in here. I'm recording. Are you about ready for me? So when you glue them together, you have a pocket here, and then this is the decorative page you'll do whatever on. So there's 2 put together. So here's my next one. I'm going to glue. Sorry about that interruption. I kind of figured that would happen. It's Saturday and we're home. We went to Eagle Fun Days this morning and went to a car show, and I had a corn dog, and it's hot outside. We decided to come home. My husband's working in the garage. We took our boat out last weekend, and so he pulled it out into the garage today, and he's given it a bath. So when this opens up, see, this is what the page that you see looks like. So we have this page, and we have fish, then we have this. So we're just going to continue gluing And this glue sticks pretty good. So just pay attention how you fold it, how you want it to open up, and the right side up so that you'll see them. You'll be able to see the pages okay. Oh, it kind of slides. Just, you know how it is, paper crafting, know that nothing's perfect. Just try to line it up to the best of your ability. So we have this page, a pocket, this page, a pocket, this page, a pocket. I might need a tiny bit more glue on that, we'll see. This page. So let's do, anyway, I'm just going to continue doing this. I know some people love watching this whole process. I have never been one to create videos, so like I told you, I'm kind of learning how to do this, and I'm pretty sure there's a way that you can edit this and put it on speed through all this process, but I'm just going to show you how to do it. Isn't that pretty plaid? I love it. So there's the little campers. Look at her with the little baby deer, Bambi, coming in and smelling the flowers at camp. Like that ever happens. Yeah, it does happen. We went fishing a few years ago at Wallowa Lake. It's in Oregon. It's on the east side of Hell's Canyon, which runs between Oregon and Idaho. It's famous. It's a deep canyon, deeper than the Grand Canyon, not as wide, and the Snake River runs through there, and you can jet boat, go fishing, lots of things. And so we were on the Oregon side, and Wallowa Lake is on that side. But we pulled our trailer and camped over there, and let me tell you, the deer are tame. They come right up to you, and they were eating carrots out of our hands. And then they told the campers, try not to feed them too much because they get aggressive. They know that you have food, and they want food, and they have problems with them coming and trying to get inside the campers. Sure enough, we took a little walk around the camp, and there was this deer on his hind legs pulling potato chips out of a box that somebody had put on top of their boat, hoping that the animals couldn't reach it, and the deers were grabbing the bag of potato chips. It was the funniest thing ever. I mean, who knew? I had no idea that deer would do that. I knew bears will come into your camp and want food. When I was a kid, I lived in eastern Idaho, really close to Yellowstone, so we went to Yellowstone quite often. And back then, this was like 60s and 70s, it truly was like it depicts, where the bears would come to the cars and people would roll down their windows a tiny bit, and the bears would stand up and want food from the passenger windows. And they quickly put a stop to that because the bears learn what human food is and they want it. And they'll come to camp and tear apart camp looking for food. So animals, wild animals, will do that, and it's not good to feed them in nature, and because they're not pets for wild animals, and it's not good. So I got all of those put together. The glue's drying. I've got page, see how it looks when you open it up. Just have all these fun pages here. And in between are the pockets. They're not very big pockets. They're pretty small pockets. So we can now make inserts for the pockets. I'm going to put a little clip. You don't have to do this, but I'm just going to clip these together right here just to kind of hold those together while they're drying. And while I'm going to make some of the pockets, you can use plain cardstock, or you can use some of the paper that goes with the kit. I'm going to use paper that goes with the kit. Checking, I hope you guys can see this. So this one that I did, if you can see, I pulled out, I made these little inserts that go in it. So let me measure these really quick because it's a similar size. I made these 2.5 by 5. 2.5 by 5 is how I cut these down to fit good in these little pockets in here. So let me go through some of this extra cardstock here. And I can make 2 of these out of 1 sheet. So, whoops, that's my score. I need to take that off. I want to cut them this time. So 2.5. 2.5, and 5 goes to this edge here by 5. There'll be all kinds of scraps. So that will be a good kind of plain one that we could put in there. I like the flowers. Let's do a few more. I have enough paper that I could make a couple little albums out of this. So I'm just cutting some extras here as we go. So we know we have, how many pockets do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 pockets. Two and a half by 5, and I think I'll do this one because I really like this paper too. So let's go. How many of these do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 plus more paper here, which we're going to use for other things. So what I did is I used my corner rounder punch to punch a couple of the corners, which I'll do later, but I'm just going to show you now. Because when you have this round punched edge, it slides easier into this little pocket here. See that? How that slides in there? Isn't that nice? So how should we do this? What would look good? So this one, I think I'm going to show it this way because it's contrast with that. And then we'll put, I'm going to round these corners later. I just want to show you. Then we'll put these in here like this. I really like this dark better. Even though it's already in a couple pockets, it looks really good, just that contrast against the other colors in there. So this is what we have so far. We have this fun little pockets. Each little folder is glued together, and we made the little inserts for this. So I think I'm gonna just have this be part 1, and then I'll show you the next steps after this one. Be sure to come back so you can see it finished up.